Sony has announced that in the months of December and January, PS Plus subscribers on the PS4 are going to be enjoying their first AAA game coming to the system and the Instant Game Collection. So starting in December, you're going to get Injustice, Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition, and Secret Ponchos. And then in January, they are adding Infamous, First Light, and the Swapper for the PS4. Now, they still haven't announced the PS3 games and the Vita games, and so this looks more like a, hey, PS4 subscribers, we're sorry that DriveClub PS Plus Edition still isn't here, so this is what we've got lined up for you. Now, if you're wondering if this is a new marketing move that's going to be the normal now, where PlayStation is going to tell you a couple of months in advance which games are coming, it doesn't look that way. One user asked, quick question, are AAA titles likely to be on PS Plus most months for now, or is this a peace offering because of DriveClub delays? Sony announced, we will continue to reveal the PS Plus content monthly, and at this time I wouldn't be able to comment on anything in regards to the type of content that will be coming to the service. They were also asked, is there any specific reason for the delay to post this, because the November games were a little bit delayed, and then he goes on, or is PS Plus now going to be revealed every first Tuesday of the month? And they replied with, we are working right up to the last minute for a few things, and we wanted to make sure we could bring you as much information as possible. Hopefully you are happy with the outcome. So like I said, this could be a peace offering from for DriveClub. It could be that Sony is going to be a lot more generous coming up in 2015. It could be that November is the time where a lot of people's subscriptions are beginning to end, and this is some low-bearing fruit that they can dangle in front of you to make you want to resubscribe if you're on the fence and you're looking for some games to add to your collection. You know, as far as me personally goes with like the quote free games, and I can only speak for Xbox because those are the ones I've experienced. The games that have come out on the Xbox One have been total crap. Like, I haven't downloaded anything that I've played and I'm like, man, I'm glad I got to experience this game, you know? There's been a lot of games that I've played and downloaded that I've thought, man, I am glad I didn't buy this game, you know? So there's that kind of aspect of it. And I know that sounds kind of douchey because you're bitching about getting free games or whatever. Honestly, I would rather see somebody do a program where instead of them selecting the games you get, and so you get, you know, mostly crap games, and then every once in a while you might get a decent game thrown in there, but more than likely, if it's a decent game, you would have bought it whenever it first came out and was released. I would rather see some sort of system where they give you credits and like let you spend it on whatever you want to, you know? Or offer DLC packs that you can select for the different games that you already own, maybe, or something like that. Now, we'll probably never see a system like that because the way it works right now is definitely the best for Sony and Microsoft. The way it works is, you know, they make deals with developers. It's not like they're going to the developers and saying, hey, you know, we'd like to offer your game for free this month. They would actually have to buy the copies of the games from these developers or the publishers, and it's not like they have to pay for every single person on their network. They don't have to buy every single person who's a PlayStation Plus subscriber that game. Same thing with Xbox Live Gold. Microsoft doesn't buy every single member that particular game. What happens is if you're a member and you download that game, well, then there's the transaction. So Microsoft or Sony probably has to, you know, give kit back for that particular one game that was downloaded or whatever. And I'm sure they get a discount rate because they're buying them up in bulk. So of course you have a lot of people who already own the game, or it just doesn't interest them enough to spend the bandwidth to download the game and to sit there and use up memory on their hard drive. So a lot of people don't end up actually getting the games and downloading them. So it works out really well for Sony and Microsoft. It's a way that they can advertise, hey, this is a benefit of this subscription service. But really, I mean, they are making a pretty good chunk of change. Not to say that it's all profit, because it does take a chunk of change in order to go in there and to pay to have all these servers running and everything else. That's why I've never really complained about, for instance, the Xbox Live service. I don't mind paying for it because it's always been a decent service for me, and I like the way it's set up. So I never got into it because they were offering me, you know, these games. You know, that's an added benefit to it. And I guess it's kind of douchey, like I said, to bitch about free games. But in the end, you know, if you really want to do something cool, do something different. Let me pick the games or the downloads or whatever else. So anyway, that's just my thoughts about it. Leave yours down below. As always, stay tuned right here to this channel and to VGN for your gaming news. That does for me, the Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.